Empty cubicle, empty heart. The office hummed with a cold, impersonal energy. Each clack of the keyboard, each muttered phone call only amplified the emptiness within him. He had left everything familiar behind: the scent of his wife's jasmine tea, the comforting weight of his daughter's hand in his. All for this. A sterile cubicle, a job title that felt more like a cage. His colleagues were shadows, their faces blurring into a sea of anonymity. He longed for a friendly smile, a shared joke, anything to break through the suffocating loneliness. But everyone seemed lost in their own worlds, their eyes reflecting the same weary resignation he felt. The work itself was challenging, demanding his full attention, yet it couldn't distract him from the gnawing ache in his heart. Every email, every meeting was a stark reminder of the life he had left behind, a life that felt more and more like a distant, fading dream. A stranger in a strange land. The city outside his office window was a concrete jungle, vast and unforgiving. Gone were the familiar sights of his hometown: the bustling market, the ancient temple, the park where he used to take his daughter on swings. Here, towering buildings scraped the sky, their glass facades reflecting the cold indifference of the city. His apartment, a cramped studio with flickering fluorescent lights, did little to ease his sense of displacement. The walls felt thin, as if the noise and chaos of the city were seeping through the very concrete. He missed the comforting aroma of his wife's cooking, the sound of his daughter's laughter echoing through their home. Sleep offered little respite. His nights were haunted by dreams of his daughter's face, her small hand reaching out for him. He would wake up with a jolt, his heart pounding, the weight of his solitude pressing down on him like a physical burden. Whispers of woe. His colleagues, though initially distant, gradually began to reveal their own stories. He learned of broken dreams, strained relationships, and the crushing weight of expectations. Their struggles, though different from his, resonated with a painful familiarity.
There was Sarah, the single mother who worked tirelessly to provide for her 2 young children, her face etched with a weariness that belied her youthful energy.
And then there was John, the aging accountant whose wife was battling a debilitating illness, his eyes reflecting a deep, unspoken sadness.
As he listened to their stories, he realized that loneliness and longing were universal languages. Despite their differences in background and circumstance, they were all united by a shared yearning for connection, for a sense of belonging. One evening, as he walked home from work, his heart heavy with familiar longing, he noticed a young girl playing on the sidewalk.
Giggling. "Look, Daddy, I can hop on one foot."
She was completely absorbed in her game, her face lit up with pure, unadulterated joy. A man, presumably her father, watched on, a smile softening his features.
Laughing. "You're doing great, sweetheart."
For a fleeting moment, the man's gaze met his, and he saw a flicker of recognition, of shared experience. It was a silent acknowledgement of the profound joy and overwhelming responsibility of parenthood. In that brief exchange, he felt a pang of envy, a yearning for the simple yet profound connection between father and daughter. The encounter, though brief, stayed with him. It was a poignant reminder of what truly mattered, of the precious moments that made life worth living. Moments he was missing, moments he feared he might never get back. The longing for his family intensified with each passing day. He yearned to hear his daughter's infectious laughter, to feel her small arms wrapped around him in a hug. He ached for his wife's comforting presence, for the warmth of her smile, for the unspoken understanding they shared. The city, once a symbol of opportunity, now felt like a gilded cage. The relentless noise, the impersonal crowds, the constant struggle for survival, it all felt suffocating, unbearable. He realized that success, however it was defined, meant nothing if he didn't have his family to share it with. The decision, once it was made, brought a wave of relief, washing over him like a cleansing rain. He would go back. He would swallow his pride, admit his mistake. He would do whatever it took to be with his family, to rebuild the life he had so carelessly left behind. The journey back felt shorter, lighter. With each passing mile, the weight on his chest eased, replaced by a growing anticipation. He imagined the look on his daughter's face, the feel of his wife's hand in his. He was going home, not to a place, but to the people who were his world.
Daddy! Daddy's home!
As he stepped off the train, he saw them waiting. His daughter's face erupted in a radiant smile, her tiny legs carrying her towards him in a flurry of excitement. His wife stood behind her, her eyes filled with a mix of relief and reproach.
Welcome home. We've missed you so much.
Softly, it's good to have you back.
He had made a mistake, but he was home now, and that was all that mattered.